Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Wow, what a big response on the Quincy Jones video. There's probably two more videos, this one and another one, that I will include some Quincy Jones material. Isn't he fantastic? I mean, just love the guy. Watch out in the comments for, the scams and all the, whenever you see there's 5 or 6 replies right away on one, it's a telltale sign, isn't it? Also, check out my links in the description. As you always hear me say, the response is, but it's true, and it's true every day. I have people every day going to lofty.ai, and they're buying tokenized real estate property, and they're earning increased value on the property as well as a little piece of rent by buying tokenized property, the tokenization with Algorand. But it's an easy site to use. Use the link. They'll give you $20 just to get you started. So they'll throw some money in at you. So it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, check that out. Today's video with Quincy, he's asked about will the pools of XRP, act as a supply, have a supply and demand factor. And he gives I'm not going to give you his whole answer because you're going to watch it here in just a second, but it's really interesting. He really brings up something that we haven't talked about, and that is companies storing XRP on their balance sheets exactly like they stored cash. This is an aspect that we haven't really explored. This is such a tremendous answer to the whole idea, well, hey, if it only takes 3 seconds for XRP to be used, then they're just going to buy XRP, send it 3 seconds later. It's not going to be XRP anymore. How are we going to get a price raise? Well, that's not how that works. It doesn't work that way. They have multiple accounts at a bank. They have receiving accounts, and they have paying. They have Vostro accounts and Nostro accounts. They have payment and receipt accounts, and they have balance sheets as well, and they move this money around. And he brings out a great point about using the that the companies will be using the money to sit on their balance sheets just like they had been using cash on their balance sheets. So it's a pretty cool video. Go ahead and check it out. I'll see you at the end of it.
You believe that possibly if there is this realized vision where there are big pools of XRP planted all over the globe to tap in to draw from on an on-demand basis, and as that demand to draw off it increases, do you think it'll have an impact then on supply, right?
Yeah, because what's going to end up happening too is you got to remember the supply that we're talking about is it's almost like the general floating supply, because you got to remember, if this is used as a currency, a lot of the XRP is going to be sitting on a bunch of balance sheets. So like the fact that it's sitting as the store of value and as a payment mechanism on the balance sheet of a bunch of companies doesn't negate the overall use case. But because they need it on their balance sheets to be able to use it when they need to use it, it sucks up a ton of the supply until there's a very, very, very thin circulating supply on either the exchanges or in basically exchanging in such a manner that's not directly involved in direct transactions for some form of purchase. Usually, if it's usually involved in some sort of broader exchange, like on an exchange, because it's almost like how you if you almost look at dollars, right? The majority of dollars aren't sitting around, floating around in people's hands or in bank accounts. They're literally sitting on some balance sheet somewhere as some sort of representation of value for some company to tap into later. And that's the exact same thing is going to happen with XRP. The majority of XRP out there isn't just going to be sitting around, floating around between people doing petty transactions. It's going to be on the back end books for settlements for big organizations. And it's mostly going to be not really sitting, because a lot of it's going to be moving, but it's going to be, a lot of it's going to be accumulated on, it's going to be, it's the same way dollars are sitting on a balance sheet. the same way XRP will be sitting on a balance sheet in the future. And there's going to be a lot of XRP on a lot of different balance sheets being ready to be used for instant payments. And because they'll be sitting on those balance sheets, that circulating supply for just general XRP, just for the sake of having XRP, as opposed to just using it to, me paying my bills from another company in XRP, that little bit floating around is really going to cause that supply demand,
impact.
spike, whatever it may be. Yeah, that impact. Because if you wanted to get XRP, that's really where it comes down to. If you wanted to get XRP, you have to go through somebody who has XRP. And if you have XRP, you're not just going to give up your XRP because you're using it for enterprise uses. You see what I mean? So that's where the supply keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking while the demand stays the same, because everyone's going to go, I already have XRP, I'm not going to get rid of it. While the new people are going to go, I need XRP to use my enterprise. Where is it? And price is going to keep on going until it finds a place to level off at.
Yeah. Like
the overall idea of believing in these technologies kind of contradicts trying to make short-term gains with whatever you're trying to do. Because if you have the philosophy of the overall utility of these technologies is going to dictate the price, and we're not at that overall utility yet, you would understand, or at least you'd be going in on the bet that your investment in the broader use case of the technology will trump any other investment that you would have done with the capital otherwise. You see what I mean? And that's sort of my stance on everything, because I hate how like regular people try to turn into these traders. And I'm like, if you're a trader, like, first off, if you're a trader, you're not caring about half the crap like most of these people are caring about. Like, you're almost literally caring about like the candle size. But regular people are getting so obsessed over like short-term price movement when this is so much more of a macro view of things. And people may go, well, it's speculative and it's risky and it's whatever, and sure. But you need to understand that, and that's the thing, like, it's either, and that's assuming you have the mentality that these technologies are going to be future use cases. If you don't have that mentality, then yeah, sure, everything you're doing makes sense. But if you do have that mentality, then, like I said, give me a good reason for me to do anything else with my XRP or XDC or otherwise, if I truly believe that the overall use case in the future is going to be that is what I say it is, or what I believe it is,
I like how he addressed how he says regular people are getting so upset about the price volatility. He's talking about the price going up a little, coming down a little, and that's not his focus. He's like, well, that's not the focus. If you're not believing in the product of XRP and you're just a trader, then yeah, it's all about the candle. It's down today, it's up today. But if you're investing in the idea of the technology, then you understand we're here at the very beginning. And so if it doesn't matter if it's 60 cents today, 58 cents tomorrow, 55 cents the next day, 65 cents the next day, 70 cents, because you trust and know that the value of XRP is in the future, and he knows it's going to be super value. He doesn't give his up. Did you notice how he's like, I'm not going to give up my XRP? And I love how he talks about the supply, is getting smaller, and that the demand has stayed the same. So the supply has been getting smaller. There's a saturation point getting ready to happen where it's going to be super price driver. That's what he's getting to. Because if you're talking about supply shrinking and demand staying the same, there becomes a point where there's not enough supply. Well, what happens? Well, the supply that is available has to get an increase in price in order to accommodate what's going on. So all of it gets worth more. As it all gets worth more, companies can release some, can't they? Not for profit necessarily. They just don't need to have their balance sheets be so big. So they'll release some, and then there you go. You got the flow in the market and the supply and demand. Love to hear from Quincy Jones. This was really like a part 2. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I appreciate you watching today. Have a good one.